It's Insurrection Part 2, as dozens of rioters descend into the Oval Office as the president and vice president are taken by surprise. Look at the chaos! Oh my God! Can you help the FBI, dear viewers, identify the insurrectionists? Our democracy is at stake. This is worse than Watergate, 9/11, and Pearl Harbor. Of course, that's Madame Tussauds new wax replicas of our president and vice president. It's the first time those two have been seen together in months. Plus, those wax figures have already held more press conferences. But also, with Joe, this might be the first time a Tussauds wax figure is more lifelike than its inspiration. They tell me Joe's figure was actually made out of his own earwax. He's been collecting it in a mayonnaise jar for years. Not the only one, Kat. Speaking of wax figures, did anyone catch Colbert the other night? No? Well, if laughter caused cancer, his audience has been in remission for 10 years. Talk about a change of heart, however. Remember how he was terrified that under Trump, all our precious institutions would be destroyed? Well, Donald's gone, and the only folks craving destruction are Democrats, including Dear Stephen. Yeah, it started with statues, and it's never stopped.
If you can't get rid of the filibuster, what about, and just hear me out here and try to hear this objectively.
I'm ready.
What if we just get rid of the Senate? And I'm 100% serious here. It is the most anti-democratic institution next to the judiciary, because the judiciary is only the way it is because the Senate is the way it is.
I'm thinking the only thing that should be abolished is Colbert's writing room. Damn, that was even too crazy for Liz Warren. She was ready to send a smoke signal to the tribe to come rescue her. So all the people screaming about threats to our republic and attacks on our democracy are now upbeat about burning it all down. They're happy about executive order, forced vaccination. They're thrilled about the government working with big tech to censor dissent. They're A-OK with harsh treatment by the DOJ over political opponents. And why? Because they love power, but they can't persuade. And when you can't persuade, you change the rules or you enforce new ones. Colbert is that guy you're beating in a Monopoly game, so he flips the board over. And he wants to abolish the Senate because that abolishes the power of the states and leaves the power to the dirtbags in D.C., Chicago, San Fran, L.A., and NYC. And you've seen the good job they've done with their cities, right? Those cities are disasters because they thought tearing down statues was a bigger priority than subway shovers. They thought people cared more about trans bathrooms than train robberies. They thought pitting people against each other was superior to protecting them from maniacs. So while the country lurches into a dark abyss, Biden once again divides us, tweeting about Jim Crow 2.0, again falsely claiming that one half of the country is preventing the other half from voting, and then he offers no evidence. Instead, it's just racial smears. This guy plays the race card more than Hunter plays with himself. And judging by the laptop, that's nothing to shake a stick at. Joe claims the bill is meant to prevent election fraud. But weren't we told that mentioning fraud undermines public faith in elections? And besides, wasn't 2020 a perfect election? My guess it's BS. They really want ballots to be as insecure as The View in a spin class. Frankly, I'm confused by all this misinformation. So thank God for CNN. They're hiring new staffers to fight fake news. The only thing you need to do to land a job over there is a trench coat, a bag of candy, and working knowledge of the local playgrounds. On Twitter, Alex Koppelman announced CNN is creating a new team dedicated to covering false news. That should be easy. They'll never have to leave their own building. All they're investigating will lead them to Jeff Zucker's office. It's kind of like Alec Baldwin teaching gun safety. Koppelman says it's about covering the uses and abuses and distortions of reality. If that's true, then start with the 3 C's championed by CNN. Collusion, Covington, crime. They'd probably spell Kyle Rittenhouse with a C for how much they lied about him. Then throw in some Kavanaugh, Smollett, those crazy stories about Don Jr. meeting with shady Russians. You got your first year wrapped up. And let's not forget how misinformation is made by hiding the news, from underplaying riots to hiding Hunter's laptop to mocking the murderous crime wave, all covered up by CNN. So they're also hiring reporters, the kind who, quote, feel like you have to jump down every rabbit hole you see, the kind who spend more time on the internet than anyone really should. Basically, they're looking to hire that 400-pound guy sitting on his bed, as Trump would say. Losers too fat and lazy to join Antifa. But I feel for the poor staff. Like Brian Stelter putting on leggings, they're going to have to work overtime to cover themselves. I just wonder how they're going to do it.
tonight on the Chess News Network.
David Brooks for Chess News Network. I'm outside our New York City headquarters. We've received reports of someone spreading misinformation. It has not been adequately fact-checked. We believe it could lead to a hubbub, possibly brouhaha, or worse, independent thought. Let's take a look. Peter Pawn? What the hell?
Peter Pawn here, Chess News Network's #1 reporter, investigating reports of a journalist spreading misinformation. Hey, Brooks!
Not the number one reporter, Peter Pawn.
Spreading fake news!
Brenda Bishop here with the Chess News Network, where we've identified 2 possible sources of misinformation. Back to you, Grand.
Name's Greg, but anyway. But finally, at least there's some good news for everyone, especially those in New York.
So this is the right place for me to share some news with you. No, I am not going to be running for governor of New York State.
Like he ever had a chance. So de Blasio won't be running for gov. And also, I won't be participating in the slam dunk contest at this year's NBA All-Star Game. Bill, you hardened, fuzzy clump of excrement. Thanks for letting us know, even though nobody asked. Like Godzilla's stomping through Tokyo, you destroyed a city, and now you're jobless. So here's an idea. Go work at CNN. You can't kill something that's already dead. Let's welcome tonight's guest. His friends call him the Hammer because they don't know how to spell. America's newsroom co-anchor, Bill Hammer. He's like a real-life Jack Bauer, not because he's former CIA, because it takes him 24 hours to complete a sentence. Former CIA operative and host of the Black Files Declassified on Discovery Science Channel. Well, that's obscure. Mike Baker! And if he's here, Rob Schneider's taking the night off. Actor, writer, and comedian Jamie Lissow. Finally, like an analog clock, she's got a pale face, 2 skinny arms, and is hated by children. Fox News contributor Kat Timm. Bill Hemmer, as always, the sexiest man alive in my version of People magazine. So, isn't it fun? CNN opening an anti-fake news, like, bureau, whatever you want to call it. That is like me deciding to crack down on poop jokes. I mean, that's all I do. That's all they do is churn out fake news.
I guess it's not going to end well.
No.
I mean, how would they cover Hunter Biden's laptop? Would they do it the same way Twitter did?
Yeah.
I'd cancel the New York Post. I have a theory.
Yes.
I saw that they're looking to hire 3 people. Mm-hmm. In about a month's time, I think it's exactly 32 days from now, Trump goes online with his own social media network.
Right.
So my theory is that this group is going to be set up to counter just about everything Trump puts online.
Oh.
And now you have your own branch and division to counter what will be known as, what is it, Truth Social, I think
Yes.
that's the name of his. So there is the theory, and we'll see whether or not that.
That's a really, that's why you're so smart and that you're on the news side and I'm here.
I could be wrong.
No, you're never wrong, Bill. You're never wrong. Like, you're never ugly. You know, though, you made me think that, like, if they're hiring 3 people, can you identify as more than one person? Because, like, you can identify as anything. I'm going to start identifying as 3 different people. You know, Jamie, I bet you have some very perceptive analysis on the Madame Tussauds wax museum figures of our president and VP. I would like to hear them from you.
That's a great question from both of you, Greg.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have one thing, Greg. I think if someone makes a wax statue of you and it looks healthier than you do, you should immediately go to the hospital.
Yes.
Like if it looks better. But I guess this thing's super accurate. Like it's the same exact height down to like a millimeter of Biden. It's the same density and weight, and it also has the same amount of great ideas. It's so cool. I heard Jill went down there, and now she pictures wax Joe Biden during sex.
So far, 3 for 3. Do you want to stop now?
Can I say one
This is
more?
like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You guys, okay, go
There
for
was
it.
just
Go
there
for
was
it.
just so much there in what you said. I mean,
please go.
there's just so much. Like I had one quick thought on Colbert, which is, did you notice he says the thing about what he says, the Senate, and then the crowd laughs.
Yes.
Thinking it's a joke, and then remembers, oh, this is the Colbert Show. There's no laughing.
Yes.
Like they almost like had to catch themselves. Like, it was really bizarre.
That's why he said he had to come up and go, I'm deadly serious about that. That's why, like, I wasn't going to run it. And I go, but once you say that, no, I'm serious about it, Mike, you look great. You look like Ethan
Thank you
Hawke.
very much. I'm just trying to keep up with Bill, the Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like Ethan Hawke's granddad.
Wilford Brimley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so what do you? There's a lot to chew from this monologue. I'd like to hear
Lot
your
to chew.
thoughts.
Yeah.
If you could form the thought in kind of a coherent statement where there's a subject and a verb, object.
So you want full sentences?
Yes, I want full sentences.
Okay, let me try. First with Colbert, I agree. I mean, I think it's been a long time since anybody's laughed at Colbert, but I go to him for all my knowledge of the Constitution and how federal republic is supposed to work. But when what he says about just shutting down the Senate,
Yeah.
if you go and troll through social media, the sheer number of out there who actually have the same concept,
Right.
is remarkable. People, they're just basically saying, if at any point in time the current administration or the group doesn't agree with me, we just want to change those rules.
Yeah.
And the other thing I would say is with President Biden, are we going to talk about his press conference later?
Yes,
on?
it's in the B block.
I don't know.
Baker.
I don't read these things. Nobody tells me anything.
Oh no! Blame my
I know.
producer. He's
I
blaming my staff.
Look, I can't.
Are you trying to get someone fired?
Okay, CIA guy.
Okay.
I just fired my staff because you said that.
Okay, fine. Well, see, I've done my job. So, no, I didn't know. I just got in from Los Angeles, where we've been filming Black Files Declassified, which is, of course, going into its second season in early March on Discovery.
You are fulfilling the intro that I had for you.
There you go.
You are
Thank you
like
very much, yeah.
Jack Bauer's 24. So, Kat, I keep looking at CNN like somebody with a huge blind spot, right? They don't know when they're doing this how funny it is. It's like a guy with the world's worst toupee. And everybody looks at it, but he's oblivious. And actually, he's living a pretty good life because he is oblivious.
I actually think bad toupees are better.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
I think it's great. I appreciate a really bad toupee. All toupees.
Jamie's, for example.
I got rid of the one with the chin strap.
You shouldn't have.
It's too tight.
All that aside, yeah, absolutely, but they don't have to because they don't care, clearly. I mean, the ratings are way down. And instead of, again, trying something new, they're like, let's go in harder on this one. Remember that whole, like, this is an apple?
Right.
And we'll just tell you it's an apple, and we only have the facts here. How many times have they been wrong? I've lost count of how many times they've been wrong.
Yeah.
And they're just, instead of saying, hey, you know, a lot of this, you know, this isn't a news anchor, this is actually an opinion host, and kind of acknowledging those sorts of things. No, they're going to be the ones, you know, standing against misinformation. They have this self-important attitude that if
Yes.
it wasn't for them, nobody would know what was true. If it wasn't for CNN, and nobody even watches it.
I know. The only people that watch it are by accident. But the last point, because we've got to roll, is that it seems to me that misinformation now is the new hate speech. So it's now like if you say something wrong, it's like words equal deeds. So they say that now misinformation is deadly, and that builds the case for cracking down on it, which is what they're doing to Fox, you know, or anybody else that beats the pants off them.
Well, there's a
By the way,
difference
they'd
between-
like to get their pants beaten off them, those perverts.
There's a difference between misinformation and disinformation, too. And look, I spent a lot of time overseas
Yes.
in some very unusual places.
Yeah.
And where there is this is the way the governments in those places work.
Yeah.
They will tell you what is correct and what is not.
Yes.
And if we don't understand how dangerous this is, I mean, I know we're making fun of it and because it deserves to be made fun of in a sense. This is a very dangerous path for us to be going on. This idea that the president of the United States would be saying, you know, all you news networks, you got to shut down this misinformation. That's something I would hear when I was overseas in a fourth world country.
Yeah, God, it's like, I mean, could you imagine some president going, hey, you back there, you're fake news?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
No.
No.
Yeah,
All right,
that
we
wouldn't
got-
happen. Yeah.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.